What if you could smell video games? Just imagine the stench of the decaying flesh in Resident Evil, the fresh nature scent in Minecraft, or even, what if you could smell your dog pooping in GTA? Actually, never mind, that's a little weird. Anyways, I'm about to do something that I've never seen done in gaming before, and I have no idea if it'll work. I'm totally ready to revolutionize the industry. Let's make a game that you can smell. But wait, how the fuck am I supposed to do that? Like what? I have to get real, physical, smell dispensing hardware and somehow make it work with a game? Who do I think I am? I really had no idea what to do, but for every no idea that I have, there's always one person that can help me out. My dog. Psych, I meant good old ChatGPT. I love you, ChatGPT. So I began to ask the AI my questions. How can I make a smell dispensing system for a game?
I had a cheeseburger for lunch today.
What the fuck? I don't care. Answer my question.
With fries and a large Coke.
So that was a little annoying, but as it turns out, I'm a fully grown man now, so I didn't have my usual temper tantrum rolling around the floor. Instead, I kept calm and I eventually got the AI to tell me everything that I needed to make the smell technology. So I went over to this website called Hypertext Transfer Protocol Secure / www.amazon.com, and I bought all of the hardware that I needed for the system to function. I also needed the actual smells for, you know, smelling the game, so I bought 2 very distinctive smells. And let me tell you, one of those might just make me regret making this video. It's called liquid ass. It's one of the worst fart sprays out there, and I'll have to endure it.
What the fuck is that smell?
And the other smell I'll be using is the complete opposite, a rose air freshener. I wanted to have one really good smell and one really awful smell for the game. Now it's time to wait for all of my packages to arrive. Oh shit, that's right. I still need to make the game first, duh. After a lot of thinking, I came up with what I believe is the perfect game idea to show off the smell technology. You're a worker stuck in a soul-crushing 9 to 5. But this isn't your typical 9 to 5. Oh no. You're on the shit shift. Your job is to clean up a house that's constantly being bombarded with, well, poop. A lot of poop. The game will have 5 levels, which are Monday through Friday, and after each level, you'll earn cash to upgrade your cleaning supplies. How did I come up with this brilliant idea? It's all thanks to what goes on in my head. I'm just such a creative person. But this game should pair perfectly with those 2 smells I'm gonna have, so that would be good. Okay, to start off, I created a new Unity project, and with that came absolutely nothing. When I first start out a new game, there is always something that I add first. Player movement in Unity. And there we have it. The player can move and look around, but obviously I still have to add the house so that the player can clean it up. So I went over to Discord. Why Discord, you may ask? Well, I kindly asked someone to make me a floor plan for the house that would be in the game. And after anxiously waiting for him to finish the damn floor plan, there it was, a floor plan for the layout of the house. I brought it into Unity and started bringing the house to life. Once the construction was done, it still felt a bit lifeless, so I threw on some textures, added lights, and then I finished it off with some post-processing. But even with all of that, something still felt off about the house. There's no shit all over the place. This game is called Shit Shift, right? So I fired up Blender to start 3D modeling some poop. I ended up with 2 variations of a disgusting diarrhea puddle. This is what will be spawning around the house and what I'll have to smell later. After importing the poop models into the game, I wrote a script to spawn the poop around the house every few seconds. I meant every few seconds. But after watching all the poop being shitted all over the place, I had another realization. The house looks awful with poop everywhere. So I did what any sane person would do in this situation. I tried to cover it up. It's like having that one hole in your wall, you just hang a picture over it. Except, in this case, it's a bit harder to manage. But by the power of the 3D open source software called Blender, I made all of the furniture models that would be inside of the house, and I used them to strategically cover up the poop. And hey, I mean, you can't even tell there's anything wrong with the house. I wanted to add one last thing before I moved on. Something I always like to add to interiors if there's enough wall space. Some good old random paintings. So I hopped back onto Discord and kindly asked people to make me some artwork for the game. And after anxiously waiting for them to finish the damn paintings, there they were. Beautiful paintings. I picked some of the best paintings and put them around the walls of the house, forever embedding their artistic masterpieces into a very crappy house. Such a wonderful sight. With that, my packages have finally arrived from Hypertext Transfer Protocol Secure / and now it's time to build the smell dispensing system. I've never been more excited to smell poop, so I eagerly started opening the boxes with all of my strength. But as soon as I got everything open, all the excitement disappeared. What am I even looking at? I just bought everything ChatGPT told me I needed for the system, but I had no clue how to actually put it together. Maybe that was stupid. Like, I only just figured out that this thing right here is called a circuit board. And the only other thing I managed to figure out is that this cable identifies identifies as male. I'm doomed. I spent the next few days scouring the internet, searching high and low to figure out how to build the very specific system that I needed. And I didn't find much because no one else is as stupid as me to even come up with this idea. But then finally, I figured it out. If I plug in this universal serial bus into my personal computer and then write like 3 lines of code into the integrated development environment, the onboard light emitting diode starts to blink. Holy shit, we're doing it. But if you haven't noticed, an LED blinking is a far cry from the complex system I actually needed to create. I'm gonna have to use these things to dispense the smells. These are humidifiers that basically turn liquid into mist, which is perfect for smelling things. But make sure to only use liquid that is meant for this device. Please, I know from experience, don't try to take a pill. After a while of messing around and getting some more help from ChatGPT, I figured out how to hook up the humidifier to the circuit board. Then I was able to write some simple code that basically turns the power supply on or off to give power to the humidifiers so that they can mistify the liquid. But if you noticed, the bottle that I was using wasn't great for trapping the smell before it turned the liquid into mist. I needed to find a proper container to hold the liquid. So I had a new idea, but unfortunately, this cup with a bunch of holes in it turned out to not be such a great idea. I mean, I thought it would have worked perfect, but luckily, I found these little coffee containers at my local supermarket. Then, I just poked a hole through the cap and the humidifier fit right in. Even though now I can properly turn the liquid into nice, foggy mist, there is still a problem. I don't have any ramen noodle soup. So I went back to the supermarket. It turns out, there's a little button on the humidifiers that I have to push down manually every time I want them to start dispensing. The problem? The button resets every time they lose power, meaning I have to keep pushing it down. Clearly, this isn't good. I want the game to control the humidifiers automatically without me having to use my sense of touch at all. This is when I discovered the good and bad news. Good news is, I finally got my ramen from the soup. It's possible. On the back of the humidifier, there are these 2 little pads. If I can electrically connect these 2 pads, the switch will stay permanently on, meaning I won't have to touch it anymore. The bad news? Well, how the fuck do I do that? I discovered that I can use something called adhesive copper tape to connect the 2 pads together. Now, all I had to do was call around the stores and see if they had this magical tape in stock. But honestly, asking the store if they have copper tape is really boring, so I asked ChatGPT to give me a super complicated way to say the same thing. Alright boys, let's see if they have this in stock.
Hello, how may I help you?
Hey, do you guys have adhesive-based electrically conductive polymer-backed substrate designed to facilitate electrical connectivity between discrete conductive surfaces? I really need this product. It's like a
Okay,
tape.
slow down again. Can
It's
I
like,
have that again?
Guess who had it? And it worked really well. I simply placed the tape over those 2 pads, and now the humidifier stays on permanently as long as it's powered. Phew. Now that I had the entire system up and running, there was just one last thing to tackle, making the game control the smell dispensing. And this part was actually really easy. I used something called serial ports to send a number from the game to the circuit board, instructing it on what to do. So right now, sending a 1 means mystify the water, and 0 means stop mystifying the water before I kill. And I just talked about mystifying water, but now it's finally time to use the liquid ass fart spray. Oh boy, what am I doing with my life?
You have no idea how scared I am right now. Look at this. It's like clumping up. Like, what kind of disgusting ass shit is that? But look, we have more to add, right? Let me get it open. Oh gosh, dude, you can smell it already. Oh, my life is over. Oh no, my life's over. Alright, boys, it's time to smell this, I guess. Yeah. Alright, boys, guess what time it is? We got all of it hooked up, including this despicable ass fart spray. I got it on my hands. I cannot get it off. Once this comes out and it starts to spray from the game, look, it's over. I have no words to describe. I'm not looking forward to this. Look, so we gotta find some poop and we'll walk up to it. There it is. Let's walk up. Oh no, let's walk up. There it is. It's coming out. Give it a second. Bring it in. Oh, no, keep that away. Keep that away. Oh, no, keep that away. Oh my. No, stop. Okay, we're good. No. I found a corner. We got nothing coming out. All this shit around us. Ew, oh no. I gotta take a shower. I can't wait for later when I get to smell the rose air freshener, because that awful fart spray is still lingering around. But before that, I have to hurry up and make the cleaning system for the game, because all I can do right now is endure the shit smell. I need to be able to clean up the poops. So I came up with a list of cleaning items that progressively get better and better, including this cleaner robot, which I'll talk about in a second. Before I could make the cleaning system, there was, of course, another problem. The thing is, there are 2 different places that poop can spawn in a game, on the walls and on the floors. And so using cleaning supplies like a mop or bleach wouldn't really make sense for cleaning poop on the walls.
So I decided to break it down into two categories, wall and floor cleaning items. And now depending on the category of the cleaning item, we should only be able to clean that specific type of poop. I modeled all the cleaning items in Blender, and then I added the level 1 starter items to the game. The broom and dustpan for floor cleaning, and the paper towels for wall cleaning. And look, I don't know who's gonna use a broom and dustpan for cleaning up puddles of diarrhea, but hey, we gotta start somewhere. But calling them cleaning supplies is an insult to real cleaning supplies because they're actually useless until I make them work. So I made some cleaning animations and then programmed the whole system. I then repeated the process for all of the other cleaning supplies, and now all the cleaning items can actually clean and do their job. And this includes the best cleaning item in the game, the cleaner robot. Hey, you're not working hard enough there, buddy. Get back to work. The robot is great, but I wanted the player to be able to know when it's close to you, so I added some music to it. And for some reason, it had me cracking up. I didn't know he was such a gangster like that. Currently, our player dude is trapped in an endless cycle of cleaning poop off the walls, more spawning in, cleaning again and again. We can't actually beat the levels yet, and I'm excited for that because as I said earlier, when we beat a level, I'll be able to smell that rose air freshener. So remember, this game is all about that 9 to 5 grind, right? To really capture that vibe, I created a label that starts at 9 AM and slowly ticks towards 5 PM when the day would be finally over. Once the level is complete, I added a cool air freshener effect in the game. But now I need to make that rose air freshener work in real life too. It can't just work in the game. My room smells like shit. Luckily, making it work was really simple. It's basically the same setup as the fart spray, but now the circuit board checks for an additional number, and if it detects that number, it dispenses the air freshener. So with that, it was finally time to test it out.
Alright, let's start the game. Alright, look. 5 PM. We got air freshener and air freshener. Let's go.
What a relief. When the level is over, the post-game scene is then loaded and it tells the player how much cash they earned from their hard day of work. There's even a special golden poop bonus if the player cleans the rare infamous golden poop. After the post-game scene, the player can go to this menu where they can start the next level. But wait, before we start the next level, it's going to be important to be able to buy better cleaning supplies in the shop so that you don't get overrun with shit. So after making the shop system, the player can now purchase items based on their current level. Next, I had to figure out how to transfer these items from the shop into the actual game. So I created an inventory system where the players can select one wall cleaner and one floor cleaner before starting the next level. I was about to buy a cleaning item from the shop, but then I realized something. This shop looks really suspicious, and I wasn't sure if I should even buy from it. To address this issue, I added a feature that I've never added before, reviews. You can now rate cleaning items 0 through 5 stars and leave a message. The cool thing about this is that the other players can actually see the reviews you write. So yeah, I mean, go ahead and give some good reviews, I guess. I trust you guys, and I know you would never write anything inappropriate. Currently, you can beat a level and become a winner, but what if you wanted to be more of a loser like me? How do you actually fail a level in the game? Basically, when there's too many poopies in a house, you get fired. So don't let the house become swarmed with shit. But the player wasn't able to tell when they were about to lose the level, so I added a nice warning sound effect for when the house has too much poop. I really spent so much time on this. Check it out. And you know, it's totally a very useful warning, and it makes a whole lot of sense in this game. If you're a game developer, then check out the Patreon link in the description. You can get the game's source code there to see how it all works, and you can also mod the game to have new items or whatever you want. I'm also throwing in a bonus, so the first 5 people to become a patron will get my personal one-on-one teaching for game dev beginners. We will talk through text directly on Patreon. Imagine what your friends would think if you all of a sudden became a game developer. So if you want to be a game dev, definitely check it out. And you can cancel anytime so you don't have to keep paying. If you want to try the game out for yourself, I'll have it linked down in the description. You won't be able to smell it obviously, but it's still pretty fun. Thanks for watching, man.